We have a power ring winner. I love the award. Also, you're holding it, and that is a huge medal. Allison Staples is on as our guest for the Battle of Camden. Allison, how are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Excited to have you on. So you represent Team FSK. We'll get into that. We'll get into your whole entire martial arts background. But first, how did you do? You clearly did very well.
So I competed in forms, but it was open and traditional combined. I got second to Samuel. And we both did traditional. Um, I fought in open rank and won that, and then regular division, like
Mhm.
I won that, and then won overall grands for point fighting.
Congratulations. And then what is this, the Camdenopoly? Is that like a Monopoly board?
So it was like a spinoff for where she had the tournament, and it was in Camden, South Carolina.
Okay. And where are you based out of?
I live in Aner, South Carolina. We're like 45 minutes from Myrtle Beach.
Okay. Now I remember when I was doing the pre-show with Natalie Allen, the hurricane had just like wiped through that area, and that was like a topic of conversation. Was it okay in terms of the area and you getting to the tournament safely?
So for us, we were okay with it. It didn't hit us or affect us too badly. And then getting there, we didn't have any issue with it.
Okay, great. Well, now tell me a little bit more about some of the competition, be it in your own divisions or in the rings around you. Paint me a picture of the event.
Okay, so the tournament itself was very well set up. Ran very smoothly. She had all the rings moving. They had their lunches, but she would announce when they were going to lunch, kind of so everybody knew what was going on. Awards were amazing, especially for it being her first tournament. I about knocked you down. And then as far as point fighting, it was people that I've never seen in our divisions. A lot of people from Florida, and yeah, I mean, I was amazed. It's probably one of the biggest female divisions I've seen locally in a long time.
It should be no, I mean, we shouldn't be surprised since Natalie is a fighter herself, right? And, she has great energy. It's no surprise that that was brought in to her event. When you say turnout, how many fighters were there in your biggest division?
I had four, and
Okay.
that's a lot for like our area.
Yeah, for sure. Four fighters, and then I'm sure there were a couple more in the other divisions that you did.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay, sounds good. That I've never seen a medal like that before. When you saw the awards, what was your reaction, and where do you keep all of your medals?
That one, I was like amazed by because it's actually like heavy.
Oh, really? I'm not gonna lie. It kind of looks like the foam ones that you get.
Yeah. No, she like hung it on me, and I was like, whoa, like this is real. My medals, I hang them up on my wall, and then trophies I just kind of have stacked against my wall going down.
Yeah, she definitely made her mark with that medal and just the nice touch of the Camdenopoly. And of course, there's some prize money, so you get to come home and have some
Yes.
spending money. Nice. So Team FSK, high performing fighters and also forms competitors as well, just well-rounded athletes. Tell me more about how you got into martial arts, Allison.
So I started 5.5 years ago. I have a little brother. He started, and I was going to class with him whenever he was going just to watch and stuff. And Mr. Terry talked me into trying class one time, and I was like, "No, I don't think I would want to." But here I am. I got my black belt this past September, and it's just been an amazing journey altogether.
Were you, athletic? Were you doing sports before that?
I am not athletic. Every that I have, I've worked for. Zero coordination, so it was a rough start for me. I always compared myself to others, but put in a lot of work, and I have kind of worked for what I have now.
For sure, that's really inspiring. What has been your favorite part about since starting martial arts these 5.5 years?
It's definitely the family that I've come out with. FSK is the biggest family oriented team I have seen. As far as students, like I look at them as my own. I always try to watch out for them if we're somewhere. And then all the parents just care. They're always cheering us on, and it's just a big family. Like, it's amazing.
And does your brother still compete?
He does, yes, ma'am.
Great. Did he compete at Battle of Camden?
He did. He's in the 10-11 division. Not really sure where he placed, but um, he did very well. I
Nice.
never remember, like, he does divisions. I'm just like, yep, you did good. You did good.
At that age, they're like running around, they're doing six, seven different divisions.
He does. And it's amazing to watch.
It's great. That's great that that he started, that you're here, and you're performing at a high level, taking home grands. So congratulations. In addition to in addition to fighting, you also do traditional. Tell me a little bit more about what your training schedule looks like.
Okay, so as far as training goes, I work a regular 8 to 5 job during the week. But as soon as I leave that job, I go to the karate school. I love to help out on the mats and teach and give back. Wednesday nights, we have an hour class for the black belts. It's our curriculum class, and then Thursday nights we have an hour of sparring for the black belts. As far as training around that goes, it's kind of on me. I try to do as much as I can, like after classes, and then a little bit here and there at home.
Great. Okay. And then are weekends reserved for you? That's very busy to begin with.
It depends. Sometimes it's just wide open with the tournament. Um, it really, I just play it by ear and go with the flow. Definitely not one that likes to sit around, so I always try to find something to do, even if I have nothing to do. Just stay.
That sounds like me. I'm like, yesterday I was sitting at home and it was like the first time that one of my weekend days I just didn't leave the house, but I'm like, I need to be doing something. What do I, what can I be doing right now? So I
You're all,
totally relate.
wow, I just want a break, and then it's like when you have one, it's like, okay, I really just don't want to be sitting here.
Exactly. So, Allison, what is your 9 to 5 job in addition to martial arts?
So I sell insurance.
Okay, so it's a very adult job.
Yes, ma'am.
It's an adult job, and I mean, you get to do martial arts. How do you kind of view martial arts within your life? Some people see it as a hobby. Other people see it as an outlet. What is it to you?
It's not really an outlet, but like I don't feel complete without going. Like if I miss class, I'm like, oh man, I like miss class. I don't ever do that.
Mhm.
But it gives me something to do with my free time, and it just keeps me active and going.
Are your parents involved at all in classes or taking you to classes with your brother?
No, ma'am. My mom will go with my little brother to take him, but usually I'm on the go in and out.
Gotcha. It started as you taking him, and now it's kind of like you've gone your separate ways.
Yes, ma'am. But we
What?
stay together all the time whenever
Gotcha.
being at the karate school.
What are some of your goals when it comes to martial arts?
Right now I'm kind of wanting to like clean up my traditionals and make them where it's. I feel like I'm like at one spot, but I always feel like it could be better. As far as point fighting goes, I'm just trying to make a name for myself. I come in late. Started karate late to me,
Mhm.
but everybody starts at the right time. So you have all these people that have trained since the beginning, and then I come in at 17 and kind of just had to work my way up. So as far as point fighting goes, I would love to get back on the NASCA circuit. I was competing for a while, and then this year I kind of stepped back to get some stuff in order, and now we're going to K Talk this month. So
Oh,
just getting my foot back in the water and meeting those other competitors.
great. Does Team FSK drive all together to these events? Do you like caravan, or do you kind of just meet there?
So it depends. For like local tournaments, some of our parents like to meet and follow each other. So sometimes we'll get together at like there's a gas station on the way out. We'll all meet at that gas station and we'll all follow each other. Um, as far as it goes for like NASCA tournaments, most of the time we fly now. We used to drive, but there wasn't a whole lot of us that went to NASCA. So it'd be like 2 or 3 cars, and we would travel together just safety wise.
Hmm. And so now you're going to fly to K Talk.
We are flying to K Talk this year. Yes, ma'am.
Cool, great. Well, do you have any feedback for Natalie in terms of her first tournament and promoting, which is a huge accomplishment for next year and the years to come?
Um, I like I said, I believe the event overall went very well. I think her stepping onto the TCT circuit is going to help with her competitor numbers, which is going to be a huge plus for her. Um, but keeping the same thing with like the really amazing awards, keeping it different than what everybody else does, and then keeping it run smoothly. And I know she was running around like a chicken with her head cut off, but she did very well. I was super impressed with her.
All well worth it. I'm sure she was tired and stressed, but to just hear that feedback, I'm sure is a great relief. And to know that the service, the product she provided, she has some happy customers. So great. Okay, well, Allison, thank you so much for coming on to the Power Chat series. It was a pleasure to get to know you. And I know even though you quote unquote started late, I'm excited to see just all of the accolades that you get as you step more into martial arts.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, and thank y'all for having me.
Thanks. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah. All right, we're offline.